Hello friends, once again I welcome all of you on behalf of GTU for this active learning video lecture communication series. Myself Sachin Sharma, currently I am working as an assistant professor and also I am pursuing my PhD from GTU. In the last lecture I discussed all about batteries, types of batteries and applications of batteries actually, and importance of batteries. In today's session I am going to discuss all about cables. So the topics that I am going to cover in this session are like introduction to cables, requirements of an electrical system, different definitions, then the types of cable that we are daily using or daily seeing in the industries or in our house, and then how to identify the cables or the wires, selecting a cable, different criteria that are there before like buying a cable or using a cable, right? And at the end I'm going to show a video also related to these cables. Okay, so study of electrons, it is quite a long journey, right? As we know, nothing transmits or receives without cables. If you want to access an internet through your desktop PC, you need cable connectivity. If you want to enjoy cable TV, you need power cable like that for transmission of electric, and another cable that is related to satellite channels. Here in common language we confuse with that, right? Okay, so what are the requirements of an electrical system? There are several conditions that are needed actually for an entire setup of an electrical system, right? If you are using any wires, cables and all those things for an electrical system, what it should have? It should be, first of all, be safe, and it should be convenient to use. It should be expandable, it should be flexible, it should look neat so that anybody can come and see what are the connections, what are the signals that are going on, and it should provide sufficient current also. Okay, now there are different definitions actually related to cables, wires, leads and wires. So what all these terms actually mean? So cable, basically it's a combination of one or more conductors, that is wires, with some flexibility. Second term is like flex, it is a complete assembly of cable and connectors. Third one is a wire. Actually wire is a single conductor which may have an outer layer of insulation. Usually they use actually plastic. Apart from that, wire normally they use actually copper, right? So it is cheap actually, that's why they use actually copper, as well as it is a low resistance actually, so the electrical current can easily pass through it. If you see, if two bare wires are touching each other, that type connection, it is known as a short circuit, right? So that's why to remove that short circuit, what they do is they use an insulation. Normally they use PVC or another kind of insulation material. Thicker wires can carry higher currents than thin ones. As you can see, bigger pipes can carry more water than thin ones. If you see, if a wire is broken, then that type of connection is known as open circuit, and that does not allow it prevents actually flow of current. If you see, if a wire, it is written as if you see some abbreviations or on the wire, if it is written as 1 by 0.6 or 0.2, what it means actually? It means 1 means actually a quantity of wire, that is a strand of wire it is used, and 0.2 or 0.6, it is a measurement in mm, it shows the diameter actually. So 1 by 0.6 or 0.2, it means a single strand of wire with 0.6 or 0.2 mm diameter. Okay, so if you see, this single strand of wire, actually it is very thin, right? So if you are using this kind of wire actually in our application, and if you are like using too much flexibility and you are using too rigid, it will be broken actually if you are bending it too much, right? So what you should do is you should go for a little more standards of wire. Okay, single current carrying capacity of the wires with the type, actually I have taken this from one of the good magazines actually, this data. So if it is written like 7 by 0.2, it means 7 strands of wire with its diameter is 0.2 and it can carry 1 ampere maximum current. Similarly, if it is written 16 by 0.2, it can carry a maximum of 3 ampere current. So it is a 16 strands of wire with 0.2 mm diameter, the thickness, and 24 by 0.2, it can carry a maximum of 5 amperes current. That is much needed and that is very much required. 32 by 0.2, it shows that the wire will be too much thick, right, and it can carry a maximum of 10 ampere current. In our TVs we use normally actually screened coaxial cables actually. Okay, So next topic is like types of cable. Different types of cables are there, and you will be confused like which cable, what is the type of cable, and which cable is suited for our application according to the application that we are going to use, right? So first category is like multi-strand cable. So multi-strand cable, actually in it, in this category, the first cable is signal cable. Okay, signal cable, it looks like somewhat like this. Okay, it consists of several color-coded cores of stranded wire housed within an outer plastic sheath. With a typical maximum current of 1 ampere per core, it is suitable for low voltage. For low voltage, low current signals, this kind of cable it is used. Again, from where screening from electrical interference is not required, so we are not bothered too much about electrical interference. So in those kinds, signal cable is used. In market, actually 4 core and 8 core are easily available. If you see here in this diagram, there are like green, black, yellow, white. If you count the total number, total number of cores, it is like 8 core, right? So it is like color coded that codes are available, and you can easily identify whether it is a signal cable or another type. It is again a cheaper one, right? Screen cable. Okay, screen cable looks like somewhat like this. Actually, if you see, there is like outer sheath or the jacket, you can say. Inside it is like screen is there, and then if you go down somewhat in the near side, there is an insulation that is to prevent short circuit, those kind of things. And this that first, that is written as signal, it is the current carrying wire, right? Okay, the central wire, it carries actually the signal, and the screen is connected, that is screen, actually it is connected to either 0 volt, that is common ground, to shield the signal from electrical interference. So to prevent that electrical interference, noise on crosstalk, normally they use the screen. Actually, screen cable, application of this kind of cable, it is in audio signals, and dual versions are also available for stereo. So in the right side you can see screen cable mono, and if you want like 2 signals, you can have like stereo as well as mono versions. Okay, third one is the mains flex. From the name itself, it is the proper name of flexible cable. It is used actually to connect our appliances to the main supply that we use in our normal daily routine, right? It contains actually 2 cores with conductors for live, and one is neutral. Or it can be used it can use 3 cores also with conductors, that is for live, neutral and earth. It has a thick insulation for the high voltage, that is 230 volts for India. So you must be knowing that for our 230 volts AC, we require a thick insulation to prevent any incidents, right? So main flex, it is used in our household appliances, and it is available with various current ratings like 3 ampere, 6 ampere and 15 ampere. So if we are using any AC or something, what we do is we should have a 15 ampere that current rating, that so otherwise our like AC or our fridge, actually that refrigerator that we use, it will be easily short circuit, right? So higher the current rating, more thickness will be there, more insulation will be there. Okay, so it looks like somewhat like this actually. So here if you see, there are 3 cores, right? So one is for this live, second one is for neutral, and third one is for the earth. Okay, coaxial cable nowadays the trend is like if you are using a wire communication, everywhere you will see a coaxial cable or fiber optic cable. We are going to see about fiber optic in the next session. Okay, what is coaxial cable? In coaxial cable, it consists of a solid or stranded copper core surrounded by insulation, a braided shield and an insulating jacket. Okay, so how it looks? It looks somewhat like this. So at the outer side, if you see, there is a plastic jacket, you can see, then there is a metallic shield to prevent interference on all those things. If you go next, there will be a dielectric insulator, right, to prevent this short circuits and all those things. And then there is a center core. In the right figure, if you can see, there is an outer jacket that is too much thick. Then there is a braided shield of this kinds, actually it is known as a braided shield. And then there is a packing of foil, actually. Then there is a dielectric, thereafter there is a center conductor, actually. Okay, what braided shield does actually, it prevents noise and crosstalk. Okay, so what do we mean by crosstalk? Okay, crosstalk is simple. If you are talking to somebody, you would have encountered this situation. If you are talking to your friend, and then suddenly if you are suddenly somebody else's voice, actually it is coming on in your channel. So if you are talking to your friend, some third person's voice actually it is coming in your mobile, so that is known as crosstalk. What actually, how it happens actually, you are working or you are talking onto a particular frequency, and then there is some other frequency that is mismatched, that is cross actually, that is those two frequencies are crossing each other. So from those actually the term is known as crosstalk. It gives more resistance. This kind of cables gives more resistance to interference and attenuation. What do you mean by attenuation? Attenuation is a simple word. If you are transmitting a signal and you are receiving a signal, so the output by input, that is the output signal that you are receiving and the signal that you have transmitted, the ratio of those things, it is known as gain. So basically a gain is a positive quantity. Attenuation, it is a reverse or it is a reciprocal of gain. It means a decrease in that quantity, that it will can be a voltage gain, current gain, power gain. So basically if a signal is attenuated, means it is a loss of signal is there, right? So when we are going to when we are choosing a cable, we should look this parameter also, that cable should not attenuate that much signal actually, otherwise loss of signal will be too much. Again, in this coaxial cable, it is available in both thin and thick cables and can use for different types of applications. Okay, for the expansion of cabling and for termination, it uses following connectors. Okay, cables are terminated in the form of connectors actually, because we want to connect something, we directly can't use wires. So what we do is, we at one side it will be a cable, at the other end of that cable actually we will use a connector actually for our application, right? So the type of connectors actually coaxial cable uses, it is BNC cable connector, then there is a barrel connector, then there is a T type of connector, then there are different types of terminators actually. Application of this kind of cables are like, it can transmit data, voice, video, all those things actually you can easily transmit through these coaxial cables. Again, there are different cable types with standards and specifications. Okay, in the top if you see, that is written as RG8 and RG11. So basically this kind of it is a type of thick net, it is a type of thick cable actually it uses, and basically the ohm, that value of resistance, it is 50 ohm, so it easily passes the electric current through it and allows other applications like videos, audios very easily, right? So standard is RG8 and RG11. If you see the downside next to it, there is written as RG58 by U. So it is solid copper, the material that they use actually, it is a copper only, but that it is solid copper actually. So like short circuits and all those problems won't be there actually too much, right? So what you should do is, you have to remember all these like standards actually. If you are like going for a coaxial cable, you should understand, you should know the standards actually. Then the third one is RG58 A by U. Again, it is a solid copper only, but that is a thin net actually, 50 ohms only. 50 ohms, it is standard actually, the value that we take, right? It should not be that much. If the resistance is too much, then it won't allow your signals. Signals means the information that you are going to transmit, it won't be easily transmitted, right? Next one is RG58 C by U. It is used for military applications. Again, it is a type of thin net, it is not a thick net, right? Then there is RG59. If you have broadband communication that you want to do, or cable TV, cable TV, if you want to use the coaxial cables, then the resistance is somewhat higher, 75 ohms, and it is used for video cables, cable TVs. RG62A by U, that is ArcNet cable, the value of resistance is 93 ohm, and again there are different. RG62A by is standard ArcNet cable, but again it can use a twisted pair or fiber optic cable. So you should remember all this actually, these details, all these standards and specifications of that. Okay, next there is a next series of cables, that is twisted pair cable. It consists of two insulated copper wires twisted around each other. So how it looks somewhat like this actually. If you see, there are there is a blue, red, green and brown actually. So there are 4 cords actually, 4 pairs, and they are twisted actually, right? So it consists of two insulated copper wires. If you see here, there are 2 wires, the pairs. So there are 2 copper wires inside it actually, inside that insulation, and twisted around each other. Why do you need actually twisting, right? Twisting of a cable reduces electrical noise from adjacent pairs, that is a crosstalk, as well as it removes noise from external sources. Noise can come from anywhere, right? To connect different units of network, it uses, again there is one kind of connector actually, that is RJ45. So if you want to connect this twisted pair cable to different units of network actually, you should use actually RJ45 type connector. Again, the type of connector is larger than telephone and consists of 8 wires rather than our telephone's 4 wires, right? Again, cost of this cable, it is quite less expensive, and it is very easy to install. Applications are like in telephone network and computer networks. Okay, again this twisting pair cable, it comes in two varieties, in two versions, shielded and unshielded. Okay, so first one is like I am going to discuss about UTP. UTP stands for unshielded twisted pair. It is the most popular. It is generally best option for computer networks. So in our computer networks, if you see this kind of actually twisted pair, it is used. The quality may vary from telephone grade again to the high speed cable. Actually, whatever the applications that you is using, according the quality it varies. The cable has 4 pairs of wires inside the jacket. So this is like the jacket actually. If you see that outside the blue one, that is a cable jacket, and inside that there are 4 pairs of wires. Normally they use 4, but apart from that you can use more than 4 wires also. Each pair is twisted with a different number of twists per inch to eliminate interference from adjacent pairs and other electrical devices. Okay, there is one association actually, EIA, that stands for Electronic Industry Association, and TIA, Telecommunication Industry Association, that has established the standards of UTP, and it has given like 5 categories of wire. So UTP is, looks somewhat like this actually, that is unshielded, so there is no shielding actually. So categories of UTP, if you see category 1, that is used for voice only. So if your application is only for telephone wire or telephonic applications, that you have to transmit only voice, that is audio only, you don't want to transmit in video or something, then category 1 it is used, and category 1 should be used. Suppose if you want to have local talk, and then if you want to have transmit the data up to 4 Mbps, 4 Mbps it is the bandwidth actually, the data rate actually that you want to transmit. So category 2 should be used. If you are into category 3, like if you want to increase the data rate up to 10 Mbps or local Ethernet that you are going to use, then we should switch to category 3, right? Then if you want to increase or extend our data rate up to 20 Mbps, then you should go for category 4. Okay, again for token ring, actually all this like Ethernet, token ring, all these things comes under data communication networking. So you should be somewhat familiar, you should have some knowledge, some prior knowledge for this Ethernet and this token ring, fast Ethernet. If you want to have like data up to like 100 Mbps, that normally we are using up to for our LAN speed nowadays, then we should use actually category 5. Okay, what is the main difference actually between these different types of categories? It is the tightness of the twisting of the copper pairs actually. If you are that twisting is too much tighter, higher the supported transmission rate, and obviously greater the cost per foot actually. Maximum distance with the help of this UTP, it is 100 meters or roughly 328 feet. Again, there is one thing is written as